I might try to preemptively make some sort of statement. I don't know. I'm gonna talk to my lawyer, and I'm gonna talk to my family. But I might try to make some preemptive statement about just explaining exactly what is going on before she does it. So I'd like to know your opinion on that whole thing and what you want me to do or think I should do as well.
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't have any opinions right now. I can't.
So what's her ultimate goal here? Do you know?
No.
I knew she was recording the conversation, and I knew that you guys had been talking to each other.
Yeah, because she told me this morning that she was gonna tell you, but she didn't know that I told you.
I know, which is confusing, and which is why I didn't, when she, you guys, I had already known that you were talking to her. When you told me that you had stopped talking to her, when you told me all that stuff that you blocked her, I knew you were still talking to her. So I knew when she called me that she was going to be recording it, or that you were on the phone. I thought that you were on the phone. And in all honesty, I just wanted it to be over. Just wanted it to be over. But this is between us. It's not between anybody else.
She's involved in this.
Because she doesn't just deal with it with just me, you, and her. Because she's trying to take it to a level and bring it in front of everybody and try to destroy my career and my life or whatever the fuck she's trying to do. That's why I was trying to get out of this unscathed. And yes, it was not the best decision at all. But it's either that or the other thing where she goes on a full-on attack, and no matter what, if I told you from day one, if I told you the second after it happened, it wouldn't matter because I would have still chose you and not her, and she still would have flipped out, and she still would have made it into a big deal, and still would have tried to ruin my life. So no matter what, I'm being held hostage. Even after her and I started getting close, she was literally putting a gun to my head, saying, "I'm going to ruin your life unless you break up with Reese, unless you tell her what's going on and you break up with her." She was texting me while I was on the phone with you that night. Did you tell her? Did you tell her yet? Are you talking to her? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that she would accept that I wasn't going to break up with you for her, and I thought she was just going to move on.
Women don't work like that. And
well, I looked her dead in the eyes, and I said that the way that she behaves and all this stuff that's going on, how she's held me hostage after all the stuff that happened with us, where from the second that I said that, she was demanding that I tell you what was going on.
When she came to visit you and you said that you met at a coffee shop,
that was when I told her that I think if I'm remembering correctly, that's when I told her, like, this is not happening. Like this, I'm sorry. Like the way I'm resenting the way that you were acting after all the stuff that happened, and getting drunk and calling me at 3 a.m. saying fucking crazy shit, telling me that she's at some fucking childish high school shit. And I told her, I was like,
she's 10 years younger than you.
I know, I'm just explaining to you I thought she was being hysterical, and I thought she was trying to get attention. Because she was with some guy, and I could hear her laughing and flirting with the guy.
Oh, that must have been so painful.
She was no, no, it wasn't. This is already after I had already tried to to back away from the whole situation with her. So she was doing these attention-seeking, desperate things. So were you guys like friendly with each other on your conversation during your conversation?
It was mostly her telling me stuff and me crying.
And did she say to you that she's was completely unaware of you and our relationship, and that she had nothing to do with any of this, and she was just swept up in this lie? And I was trying to keep all this from you because I saw no good way out of it. I saw either I break up with you and I start dating her because it's the safe thing to do for my life and my career, but then I would be breaking up with the person who I truly love to save my own ass. Or I tell her, no, I'm not breaking up with her. I'm going to stick this out and see what happens, knowing that it's probably going to end in a fucking shitstorm. So those are my two options. And I tried desperately to keep that second option and have it not fall apart by you just saying, we're not together and you please stop contacting me. Even though I knew that was fucking crazy to even ask you, but I just thought that would maybe just stop this all from happening. That's all.
Were you ever going to tell me the truth?
Yes, I genuinely believe that at some point I was going to tell you. I want to be in front of you and try to explain to you and try to really just like get you to understand that I didn't mean for any of this to happen, and it was an extremely specific set of circumstances that got me all fucked up and got me to this point that I never thought I was ever going to get to. And if anything was different, if it was a different set of circumstances, I would have told you. I would have told you what was going on way before it even happened. But I just was so fucked up. I was just been so fucked up and broken, just completely just broken. I couldn't do it. I had no emotional depth left. I had no emotional capability left to even like muster up the words to tell you with everything that had been going on in your life and in my life. It's not a good excuse, but that is what happened. The hardest thing to do was to tell her that this is a mistake. I can't do this, and to stick it out with you because I love you. Don't you understand that? The easiest choice in the world, the easiest thing, the less resistance would have been for me to tell you, I'm sorry, I'm not in love with you anymore. Wouldn't that have been the easiest thing that would have made my life not complicated with whatever the fuck is going to happen? Wouldn't that have made my life less complicated from the start of all of this?
It might have been easier for you, and it would have been easier for me. Because then at that point I would have thought that you had the respect for me, that before you slept with her you broke up with me. I would have respected you. It would have been easier for everyone.
But it doesn't change the fact that I love you.
You told her that you hadn't seen me in 7 months and that you don't even...
No, I didn't.
No, you said, I haven't even seen her in 4 months. We just talk. I'm only talking to her because she checks in on my mom.
I never said that. I never said that.
Would you stay with me if I did this to you?
I can't tell you exactly what would be going through my mind, but I would knowing what I know from being on this side, I would understand that this whole situation has been a fucking mess. And I could understand how something like this could possibly happen. So yes.
Did you tell her after your birthday that you still had feelings for her?
After my birthday?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. No, I don't. I think before that is when I had told her that this was over. I resent her for the way she's been holding a gun to my head. I don't really know the whole exact timeline, if I'm being completely honest with you, of like when everything is such a fucking messy blur. But I told her that, and she flipped the fuck out. I left the show. Do you remember? I quit the show that I was winning so that I could come back to you.
What a sacrifice.
But don't say it like that, because that is the truth.
What is, like, if you had said, I need to do this for my career, and broke up, that is more respect that is gained. I have made it so clear to people I date that I would respect you. I would respect you if you said,
Why
would I do
that when I didn't want to lose you?
Because you have to pick one. Because you have to pick one.
I thought that we could get through it together. I didn't realize how fucking messy it was going to get. Why would I want to pick one when I knew doing this could help both of us? Why would I pick one when I genuinely loved you, cared about you, wanted to still be with you? Why would I just break up with you when there was no reason to?
Because there's hard decisions in life, and you have to say, am I going to cheat on my girlfriend, or am I going to let her have peace of mind?
And so you think that would have been better if I said, hey, I'm going to break up with you to be on this show? That would have been better?
That is easier. That's easier.
That's easier, but that's looking at it in hindsight, you might say that, but going back, that's what you think would have been better if I was at that point in time was like, listen, I don't even know how I wouldn't have even ever done that. I wouldn't have ever even done that.
Here, I'll say it with you. Listen, I moved out here for a purpose. I see this as my one shot. I don't want to go on the show with a girlfriend. I think it's disrespectful to you, and I do care about you, but I need to do this for me. I would have cried, and then I would have forgotten about you and went on my life and did all that stuff, because that's respect. That's respect. And I said so many times, because I'm always wondering. I literally communicate, like, to everyone I know, that they can tell me these things and tell me what's going on.
I know that,
so what do I say differently that would make you make people understand that I really mean it? That I really
Yeah, but I really loved you. I really love you, and I didn't want to do that. So I didn't pick doing the thing for me. I didn't.
So then, how come after the show you didn't say, this is what happened, this is what's going on?
Because nothing was going on.
That's something.
Nothing was going on.
That's something.
We were moving forward. We were just trying to get back to normal, and not knowing. What?
Someone else touched your dick. That's something.
I didn't think that it needed to be said. I thought that you had seen enough on the show, and you had been through enough shit that little detail wasn't gonna be
That's
necessary.
A little detail?
I didn't think that after you watched me making out with girls with her on a fucking TV show, I didn't think that you also needed to know those other details. Yeah. I had went through it. I had quit a show that I was winning because I was still with you, because I love you.
Said the producers were like, it's Big Brother meets The Voice, and
That's what they told me. That's what they told me.
And I said, no, they're gonna put you in a fucking hot tub. And then day one, what did they do? Yeah.
Okay, well, you knew more. You knew more than I did about it. You had a better understanding than I did of what I was getting into. I quit the show. I quit when I knew it was getting too fucking real, and I knew that it was getting too complicated and messy, and I pulled myself out of it. I left an even bigger opportunity. I picked you over myself. I picked us over my career and myself, and I've done that over and over again throughout this whole time, because it would have been much easier it would have been much more beneficial for my career if I had done that. But I didn't, because I love you so much and I care about you so much. Now, whether that was fucking right, wrong, or whatever, that's what it was. Do you think that this is something that we could recover from? Or do you need some time to think about everything?
Like, could you just
I'll do
let
whatever
me
you
know?
want.
Just. I don't want to talk to you, and I'm gonna go cry my eyes out. Okay?
No.
Yeah. It just feels like I just don't understand. It's like I just keep thinking I don't understand. I think that it would really benefit you. I know you don't want to hear this, but I think finding the right therapist would benefit you, because I think that it's gonna control like a huge part of your life, and before you know it, you're gonna be like 45 and have no family, and like I feel like it's like controlling your life so much.
I know it is. I know. I think that, that was a big, I think that was a big reason why I liked doing so much. Because it kind of turned everything off,
Do you think you'll ever be like out of that mindset, or do you think this is just it?
No, I was I was fine. You gotta remember, like, when I first came out to California, I had put some really good years together, and I had really, like, focused up on trying to create a good life and something that I could be proud of, and my family could be proud of, and know that I'm doing good and, like, on the right track. And I worked so hard to get to that point. And even through all the bullshit with the band and with moving and all that stuff, I still felt defeated, and all the bullshit with the show and all that stuff, I still felt a little defeated, but I was still ready to go, and it wasn't until, like, I knew I had to come back here is when like, my fucking brain broke. Like,
It's okay. Everything will be okay. I really hope that you find peace.
You should draw more too.
Yeah.
I don't think you do that enough. Maybe we could get together in the fall.
So I guess we are watching The Boys alone, huh?
Yeah, but you could let me know.
What?
You can let me know how you like it.
Okay.
All right. Well, I love you, honey. And
I love you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything.
I hope that you get better.
Thank you.
I love you. Bye.
I love you. Okay, bye.